During World War II, the Japanese Imperial Army embarked on an aggressive campaign of conquest across the Asia-Pacific region, occupying large swathes of territory including Malaysia, the Philippines, Burma, Indonesia, and Thailand. The military collected huge amounts of gold, silver, jewelry, and religious artifacts from these countries, seizing valuables from banks, temples, private collections, and wealthy individuals. The goal was to finance the Japanese war effort and bolster their empire. However, by 1944, as Japan faced mounting losses and the Allied forces were closing in, the Japanese command knew that their once mighty empire was on the brink of collapse. To secure their plundered wealth, the Japanese High Command allegedly ordered General Yamashita to oversee the hiding of this vast treasure. According to the legend, the treasure was transported to the Philippines, which at the time was under Japanese control, where it was to be hidden away in secret tunnels, underground bunkers, and deep mountain caverns. The idea was that if Japan won the war, they would retrieve the treasure to help rebuild their empire. If they lost, trusted individuals could return later to reclaim the riches. The bulk of Yamashita's gold is said to have been hidden in the Philippine jungles, specifically within the mountains of Luzon, the largest and most strategic island in the Philippines. It is believed that the Japanese used slave labor, including Allied prisoners of war and local Filipinos, to build extensive underground tunnel networks and booby-trapped bunkers in which to stash the treasure. According to numerous accounts, once the treasure was secured, the workers were killed, ensuring that the exact location of the gold would remain secret. These treasure sites were said to be elaborately concealed, protected by dynamite, booby traps, and reinforced concrete. Some reports suggest that the Japanese left cryptic symbols and markers indicating the treasure's location, though deciphering these clues has proven incredibly challenging. With the surrender of Japan in 1945, General Yamashita was captured by the Allied forces. He was later tried and executed for war crimes without ever revealing the secret of the hidden treasure. Thus, Yamashita's gold passed into legend, an immense fortune hidden in the wild and dangerous mountains of the Philippines. The legend of Yamashita's gold persisted in whispers for decades, but it truly entered the public eye in the 1970s when stories emerged suggesting that Ferdinand Marcos, the former president of the Philippines, had found part of the treasure. It has long been rumored that Rogelio Roxas, a Filipino locksmith and amateur treasure hunter, discovered a cache of Yamashita's gold, including a golden Buddha statue and crates filled with gold bars. According to Roxas, the golden Buddha contained jewels, and the gold was worth billions. However, Roxas claimed that Marcos's soldiers seized the treasure, and Roxas himself was imprisoned and tortured. Roxas later sued Ferdinand Marcos, and in 1996 a US court awarded the Roxas family and his associates a substantial sum in damages, although the whereabouts of the gold and the golden Buddha remain unknown. This legal case, known as the Roxas v. Marcos case, lent a certain amount of credibility to the legend, as it suggested that at least part of Yamashita's gold had indeed been discovered and hidden away by Marcos. Ferdinand Marcos reportedly used the treasure to finance his extravagant lifestyle and fund his political endeavors. Stories of Swiss bank accounts filled with gold and Marcos's attempts to smuggle gold out of the Philippines have contributed to the speculation that he had, in fact, recovered some of Yamashita's gold. The story of Yamashita's gold has drawn countless treasure hunters to the Philippines over the years, with some dedicating their entire lives to finding the lost fortune. The rugged mountains, thick jungles, and numerous cave systems of Luzon have become the sites of relentless expeditions, often conducted under extremely hazardous conditions. One of the most well-known treasure hunters was Robert Curtis, an American mining engineer who claimed to have been hired by Ferdinand Marcos to assist in finding the treasure. Curtis said that he had seen some of the treasure and helped recover it, but later fell out of favor with Marcos. His stories of lost gold, secret maps, and betrayal have only fueled the allure of Yamashita's gold further. Another treasure hunter, John Keats, also spent years searching for the fabled gold, along with several others who were said to possess Japanese treasure maps that had been passed down from generation to generation. These maps allegedly depicted coded symbols, directions, and landmarks meant to guide those loyal to the Japanese command to the secret bunkers where the gold was hidden. However, most of these maps are shrouded in doubt, and many are believed to be forgeries designed to profit off the desperation of hopeful adventurers. Many treasure hunters have faced tragic fates. Some have gone missing, others have died in the search, and many have lost their life savings chasing the elusive gold. Booby traps, dangerous wildlife, accidents in the rugged terrain, and even conflicts with local authorities have turned the quest for Yamashita's gold into a hazardous undertaking, one filled with risk and uncertainty. The legend of Yamashita's gold has also become tangled with a range of conspiracy theories, some of which involve the CIA and the US government. According to some accounts, US intelligence agencies were aware of the treasure and may have recovered parts of it to finance covert operations during the Cold War. Despite the many stories, expeditions, and lawsuits, there is no definitive proof that Yamashita's gold exists, at least not in the quantities often claimed. Some historians argue that the legend has been greatly exaggerated, possibly a combination of wishful thinking, wartime myths, and opportunistic scams. The Philippines, ravaged by war, would have been a very difficult place to transport and hide such a large quantity of wealth during the chaotic final months of the war, making the logistics of the story somewhat improbable. Nevertheless, sporadic finds of Japanese-era relics and small caches of gold bars have kept the legend alive. In 1971, treasure hunter Marcos Antonio Tagle claimed to have found a tunnel filled with wartime artifacts and a small amount of gold, but this has never been verified. Whether Yamashita's gold is hidden beneath the jungles of the Philippines, was taken by Marcos, or never existed at all, it remains a story of greed, ambition, and mystery. A tale passed from soldier to survivor, from president to treasure hunter, a glimmering ghost that continues to haunt the mountains and valleys of the Philippines, beckoning those brave or reckless enough to seek it. Watch these videos next for more intriguing mysteries.